Hey, what's going on, Brandon? All right, so seeing the progress that you're making with this guy, continuing to add pouches, I think that's looking really good. I love that you're adding the serration to the knife. Very cool. You're using some boolean there. Very cool. Looks like there might be a little bit. I think that you're just when you boolean, we're seeing the hollows of this right here, so you might want to clean that up a little bit. It's gonna give you a really nice bake. So all those kind of smaller details. I know that you're probably still a work in progress with this, but all those details would be really nice to add to this. And since we're kind of changing the focus of this contest to be just high poly, you have a lot more time to just really focus in and nail in those really nice high poly details. So don't hold anything back and make sure that it's all really fleshed out. I can see that you're starting to block in the hair as well. Be careful with the same thing. Make sure that you have a nice even flow of these hair pieces right here. Since you're doing more of a stylized character, you might want to choose to do more of a geo hair instead of a hair card, since we're going for the high poly renders right with this.
Push it in a little bit, just add a nice little indentation, and then just use my move brush, pull it back out, and I've got a kind of a cool shape there. Once again, this is just something I was making up on the fly, just thinking about different shapes. Added some cuts across the forearm there. That was also inspired by some Iron Man stuff. And then once again, this is just a random piece that was in one of my IMM brushes that I dragged out. I thought it would work pretty well there on that elbow, underneath that elbow shape. And then adding filling in that space there with some different shapes. And there you have it. So this is like the finished piece after I've added a bunch of details using the same techniques that I was showing you guys, adding more bolts and screws the same exact way with IMM. Wasted doing that. Here's an example of if I wanted to give it more of that ambient wrinkle effect that I was talking about in previous videos. Maybe it's he hasn't ironed his clothes in a while. I can just multiply this right over the clothing, and it can give me an easy, tileable way to, add some extra surface noise to the piece. Right here, maybe the edges of his shirt or something like that are torn. I can easily use this. This is a great black and white image. I can use this as an alpha to get some quick transparency around the edges and stuff like that. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about trying to achieve things in different ways. You can use textures to your advantage, and don't feel like you need to sculpt every tiny little detail. You notice in here, like I was talking about the seams and stuff like that. I hand sculpted in there. It might not necessarily look as realistic as if maybe I photo sourced some textures in there. Some of this stuff is looking kind of sloppy now that I look at it after some time. So keep that in mind. These stitches right here. Let's zoom in on these. Now, from a distance it might look alright, but is this really passable up close? I don't think so. It would be a lot better if I was using this kind of stitch, or maybe that kind of stitch in post in Photoshop to basically just add an extra level of detail. And it also is going to save me time, so it's really twofold, just saving you time, and it looks more accurate at the end. So I just want to keep you guys thinking about that, using textures in different ways creatively to minimize your time that you're working on certain pieces and really maximize your workflow and your productivity.
Make sure that you guys are staying engaged in the community. Make sure that you're just keeping up with this day to day and week to week, because this is a great opportunity not only for you guys to improve your skills, but also get some feedback from someone like myself that I'm taking some time out of my day to give you guys some feedback and really help you guys grow and and try to lend some mentorship where I can. So I definitely recommend that you guys stick to it and treat this seriously. I think these contests are great. Obviously ArtStation is constantly having these types of contests. Back in the day, some of the more old timers like myself might remember Dominance War. That was a big one back in the day. A lot of people made their careers off of submitting some great stuff to those and making a name for themselves. We're hoping to kind of try to do something like that here and help you guys out with not only leveling up your skill set, but maybe putting you in contact with some people that can get you a gig. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Like you guys putting your work out there and trying to make a living off of it. So, I'm really excited about this. I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of really cool submissions out of this. I'm hoping that you guys are stoked for this too. And I'm looking forward to seeing some really great work come out of this. So until we talk again, I'm going to be talking to you guys throughout the course of this. So this is just the introduction. Good luck out there, and we'll be seeing some great work out of you guys, hopefully. All right, later.